as I have said, between the different people, basically, between JFK or Nixon, basically, some really psychotic person who basically was pretending to be a Secret Service agent, but actually carrying around the nuclear football, actually basically wanted to blow up the world and just hadn't been able to do it. Basically, you know, finding out about the nuclear football or the nuclear briefcase or whatever else like that, and being able to whatever, or having it constructed or something like that. And basically, like I said, the missiles were never supposed to haul bombs. They were just supposed to haul people, and they had been converted over from people carriers to basically haul nuclear missiles with targeting systems. Anyway, yeah. I could have been carpet bombing the world, but the only thing was I didn't actually carpet bomb Berlin, nor Germany, nor Russia, nor China. In fact, I wasn't necessarily on the Yankee United States side. I was the owner and the inventor of the B-50, the Flying Fortress, though. That was my aircraft, pretty much. But not, I mean, kind of, sort of, but I mean, I forget exactly how it worked out. I mean, because I was building some in along the lines. I mean, it was basically just Germany that was doing it for me, kind of, sort of, because like they did a lot of things for me. Like I don't really know exactly because it's like Renault Manufacturing and basically the manufacturing companies, and pretty much me as LS Lusifer Star, pretty much, and Brian, basically, and BMW actually might stand for Brian. I don't know. Man, whatever. I don't really care, and I don't really know. Like I said, I'm Lucifer Star, and invented flight, and the space shuttle, and jet engines, and all kinds of stuff. And most people didn't even know how or why wings actually flew. And just because it's mathematically longer to go over the top does not mean anybody would actually figure it out. I was the one who actually said, well, this shape, a teardrop. Because everybody else wanted the secret to flying, and it's like, well, it's a teardrop shape, kind of, only flat on the bottom. Anyway, and basically I just nailed it, like that. I didn't even build an actual wing or fly. I said, well, that's the shape you need. And nobody else could actually seemingly come up with that shape or whatever else, or couldn't actually do a real flying wing really much more than what's called. They had been trying other shapes. Nobody had tried that particular shape for some strange reason. Anyway, so people couldn't fly for the longest time other than dirigibles. I don't know. I just happened to nail it like that. Anyway, and suddenly they're aircraft. So, anyway, because I was going to fly somehow. So anyway, and with that, basically the world changed. Can't really tell you much more than that. Basically, I was the only one who actually came up with the right shape for the wing. I don't know. Or at least no one else would let anybody else actually do anything because I was the least of the psychotic people. But then, I mean, I'm Lucifer Star. Person of the stars. So anyway, I don't really care. Like I say, you have Jay Leno, you have a bunch of people coming in with cars built by Renault Manufacturing or my manufacturing complexes because I had the wing shape and wanted to bring the wings or flying vehicles to basically the home personal market. So we built a few cars. And then basically, pretty much as soon as the war happened or anything else, all that stuff stopped. Well, mostly because you killed a bunch of people. And they kind of got sick of building cars. And all you really had after that was pretty much just some 1950s people. And pretty much some Hell's Angel biker motherfuckers. And basically just a bunch of people running around, doing drugs, selling drugs, having drugs, and shooting people. And there really wasn't much more done other than that. Until you get to the computer revolution part. Anyway, I don't really care. I don't really know anymore. I really don't give a fuck. The White House was mine. Washington, D.C. was my building. And basically you have a whole bunch of people running around basically doing fake news stories like crazy between 1940s and 1950s. And very little fact or truth. And just a whole bunch of people shooting people in the back. Anyway, and a bunch of fake leaders. They're basically, leading this way, leading that way, and basically just a bunch of people who really didn't do all that much. You know, and then you have Germany and China, who really were doing that much. Anyway, whatever. I don't really care anymore. Like I say, there's so much death and so much pain and rape and just stupidity and just a bunch of people just almost accidentally killing me more than anything else. And stuff like that. And then you have me, the actual person who actually built the LSF-A colony ship and basically led humanity to great heights, and people knew of my existence and knew who I was. And then you have a bunch of people basically just running around in Lucifer's honor. Ugh. You know, just having sex with a bunch of girls and a bunch of other crazy, stupid people. And eventually people find out, or the Hells Angels tell people that, yeah, well, they get their drugs from Germany or this other South American country. And then, of course, you have the black people basically doing this massive wave push into Germany. You know, and pretty much just coming across with knives because they're starving and they're hungry or whatever. I don't really know. We don't care. You know, it's just a bunch of people with like the starlight scopes. Lucifer Star scopes, night scopes. They're German. Germany had night vision since like 1918 or something like that. You know, a bunch of steam trains and stuff like that. And a whole bunch of cruise ships and a whole bunch of people that just don't really care because everything's so easy and it's so easy to lie about everything. And they're just going around pretending to be something. Anyway, you just have a bunch of inflation, a bunch of other people that also have no idea what's going on. Past like 1940. Anyway, I don't care anymore. It's my little vacation among humans. And it turned into basically John McCain's vacation. To live and die on the beaches of Hunami. Or whatever. Doing a bunch of stupid stuff, just taking a bunch of steroids, and then you have a bunch of JFK guerrilla warriors. Yeah, guerrilla warriors, because they took so many steroids that they couldn't even put their arms together. And a bunch of women being choked to death with one hand. And then you have Jay Leno running around being all stupid and almost getting ass kicked a couple times. Realistically, who's Jay Leno? He's no one. And even Jay Leno would probably say that. Just some guy that got up on TV. Got in front of a camera. Ooh. Got some fame. People thought he was funny. They're saying, but it's all scripts. All the jokes are scripts. Anyway, and a bunch of team people actually make... And whatever. This world is very diverse. You can find a million different people in a million different places. And you never know what kind of place you're walking into. And even Jay Leno would probably tell you that. Anyway, it's all fake money. They never did make money off the advertising. It was just money that I gave to people. Yeah, whatever. I invented advertising. To help people find products. Anyway, next thing you know, I'm being held hostage or kidnapped because it's that easy to hold people hostage and kidnap them. A lot of other rich people, or supposed rich people, were held hostage and kidnapped. Whatever. Don't really care, and if you spend enough time in this world, you stop caring. You realize it's all just a bunch of bullshit. Fake Congress people. Fake this, fake that, fake everything. And a bunch of other people just pretending, like I say, a lot of people really aren't that attractive. They have a lot of facelifts. Mostly that they got in Germany. JFK or Nixon was a little bit different in the fact that he killed everybody at the damn hospital. And then set out to basically nuke the whole planet. And then, like I say, was basically holding his finger on the button. Which really didn't do a lot of what's it called, because I was already working on a defense system to actually null and void that. Missile interceptors. It's actually it's kind of harder and kind of easier. Anyway, and then you have a bunch of idiots coming along and harassing me forever. It's like, I am Lucifer Star, the creator. I don't really give a crap anymore.